Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Alex Harshman with Wholesale to Freedom, where we talk about how you can achieve financial freedom through wholesaling, or more importantly, the time freedom, which is most important to me, and to be able to do whatever you want, whenever you want, with whoever you want. And I think that's really, really important. So I'm going to teach you how to do that through wholesaling, just like I'm doing right now, because this is what I do full time. I paid over $35,000 to get this information, and I made over $100,000 in mistakes through experience and everything like that. So learn from my mistakes and experiences. That way you don't make those same mistakes and profit off of me. I'm giving it to you absolutely free. The only thing I ask is please subscribe down below, click that notification bell, so that way you can get all my latest videos as soon as I post them. And then also give us a thumbs up, because it always does help with future wholesale deals and YouTube algorithms. So this is wholesale deal update. Wholesale update number 6. And this past week has been a real doozy. So, with the prior week, we closed 2 deals in 1 week. And then the week after, not so much. Things just kind of went downhill. And that's just the way business goes sometimes, is that you're up here one day and then you're down here the next day, or you're up here 1 hour, you're down here the next minute. You know what I'm saying? So that just happens in business. Doesn't matter where you're at in life. You're always going to have issues to the point where you're going to have to solve things and overcome obstacles. That's just, it's never going to change. It's a fact of life, right? As you get better, your problems get better. So with that being said, that Friday of the week I closed 2 deals. My VA didn't clock in at all. I didn't hear anything from her. And then on the weekend, she messaged me and said, hey, they're having internet issues. The weather's been really bad in the Philippines and she hasn't had internet. So I messaged her back and I said, you could have updated me that day with your cell phone to kind of let me know what was going on, because it's really important that we have good communication. And I didn't hear anything after that. So Monday came around, and sure enough, she didn't clock on again. 4 hours went by, and I said, hey, listen, in the next hour, if I don't hear anything, your contract's done. I was getting really frustrated. And I was like, man, I got some leads that need to be contacted. I really didn't feel like doing it myself, but sometimes you got to do that. And sure enough, she didn't say anything, so I ended her contract. And 2 days had went by. I'd already interviewed somebody else. That person told me that they were going to be ready to rock and roll the next day. I had a really good feeling about the person I interviewed. She had really good energy. She was proactive about stuff. I had on the requirements. Please have some kind of knowledge in this, call rail, Podio, Investor Fuse, Lead Sherpa, things like that, all the systems that I use. And she didn't have any of those things, but she had looked them up to see kind of what they were about. And she's like, yeah, I looked them up and I don't think I have any issues learning them. So I thought that was really cool. It was really proactive, instead of just saying, yeah, I don't know anything. I was hoping you could teach me kind of deal. I really liked her. And sure enough, the next morning, I get an email like right before she was supposed to start her shift. By the way, I can't work with you. Something's wrong with my business and I got to fix it. Bruh. Whatever that means. I'd never even started the contract with her, and she would already quit. So I figured she saved me the headache anyways. It kind of sucked, because then I had to do everything myself that day again. And I was ready to train her. I was ready to go, motivated, and just, ready out the get-go. So moving on, the same day, my old VA that I had just fired and let go contacted me back finally and said, hey, listen, the internet company's been out completely. It's just been a wide problem for a lot of VAs in the area, and I really want to work with you. I just, my internet's really bad right now because of the weather. So I looked up everything she was talking about and verified what she was saying. She even sent me her GPS location, which I thought was funny, even though I didn't ask for it. And sure enough, in her area, there was nothing she could do. She had the best service, and it was currently down. There's a lot of outages reported. And I even, reached out to a couple of people that I know have VAs, and they said they were having issues as well. So I gave her the benefit of the doubt. I told her, moving forward, we need to have great communication. And she said she understands, and I told her we'd love to keep her on. We were actually just talking about giving her a raise, and, at the same time, she stopped clocking in. So now we're going to have to wait a little bit longer, trying to get that commitment level back up. It's just been really, trying to solve problems in your business, and also dealing with employees who taking yourself back to the employee mindset. I remember, oh man, I'm making money for somebody else, I'm not going to try as hard. And that was my limited mindset. Not all employees are like that, but I know a majority of employees are. And I know it can be frustrating working for somebody when they don't understand your problems. So I try to be understanding, and I try to motivate her, to have her create her own future as far as with the company. I give her commissions based off of performance, and she's done very well with that. Actually, she's phenomenal on the phone. She's almost as good as me, minus some objections here and there because of the language barrier. But other than that, she's pretty darn good. And I really didn't have to train her that much. I just have to kind of monitor it from time to time. And I really like to keep her. So I told her, I was like, hey, listen, we'd love to keep you, but we got to run our business like a business. And I hope you can understand from our viewpoint that, we can't have this. And so she said she understood. So she gets one more chance, and we'll see what she can do and go from there. In the meantime, I'm going to be still searching for a new employee. Whether or not I'm going to have her do the same job or not is kind of up in the air. But I think it's really important to have a contingency plan for something like this to happen, because right now my time is freed up a lot because I have somebody else filtering the phone calls. And as we all know, or should know, filtering phone calls takes up the most time. You're spending anywhere from average 7 to 15 minutes per phone call with these sellers trying to verify whether or not they're motivated. If they don't have any motivation and you just spent 20 minutes with them, that's a waste of time. And sometimes it happens like that, right? And it just doesn't work out. So when you have somebody else doing that for you, it saves you so much time. And it's super powerful. Like, I really enjoy having a VA for that reason, because then I can just set my appointments. I can tell her to set my appointments for whenever I want to make the offers. And then from there, I can advertise the properties and the contracts whenever I want. So that way I can just pretty much work when I want and do what I want. And that's what I wanted to do. So, whenever a VA or an issue like this comes up where it interrupts that pattern or that behavior or that lifestyle, I got to start that. Me not having anything prepared from that just shows me like, hey, I'm ill prepared. I need to prepare for this in the future in case something happens. So I'm now preparing for that. I'm trying to find somebody else as a secondary, just to replace her in case something happens. And I also want to be able to start hiring out for all aspects of my business. So I have the filter, the lead filter, and then I have the purchase manager who makes the offer, and then I have the transaction coordinator who coordinates between the title companies and the buyers. So I don't have the purchase manager or the transaction coordinator. I'm actually fulfilling that role right now. And so my goal would be to fulfill those one at a time, and then have some extra VAs just to kind of fill in the gaps whenever maybe somebody calls out, so that way I don't have to work at all. And in case you're wondering why I'm wearing this, is because I just got done at the gym. My hair is kind of messy right now, and just working on getting physically fit again. COVID kind of shut things down for a while, and I just joined a new gym, and so things are looking good for me right now as far as physical health, mental, everything. I'm constantly working on it, and I challenge you to work on all aspects of life as well. Health is very important. Obviously, your business is very important. Being spiritually tuned is very important. Whether you believe in God or you don't, or you believe in another God or anything like that. It's important to have somebody you can fall back on in case you have nobody. So for me, growing up, I didn't really feel like I had anybody to have a shoulder to lean on. It was kind of like me against the world. And I got to tell you, the weight on my shoulders was tremendous. And the minute I let that off onto my religion and kind of what I believe in is God, when I gave him that weight, it really took a lot off my plate, and I was able to focus and develop myself. And so whether or not you believe in God, it's up to you. But even if you have a wife or somebody you can put that weight on and they can really hold it, they should be able to hold it. If they're your spouse or a really close friend, it's just really good to have somebody. So anyways, I know now, I apply this same thing in the business when I'm trying to increase my spiritualness, or maybe my physical health or my emotional health. Everything is a constant grind and a constant battle where you're trying to increase your awareness and self-experience and wisdom. And that's what this past week was. It was challenging my ability to handle problems on the fly and kind of come up with a game plan on how to do things. And so that was my low for the week. My high for the week was that I actually halfway through the week said, whatever, it happened. I don't really need to touch any leads right now. There's no, importance of time. Dropped everything I was doing and I went to the beach because my family had already gone to the beach, and I stayed back so I could fix this mess. And I decided, the memories are more important than the stress I was causing myself. And I packed up, drove 4 hours, spent the weekend with my wife and my daughter and some family members at the beach, and just enjoyed the beach for a little bit. So it was good to get out and relax, kind of reset myself, think about where I need to be when I come back, and that's exactly what I did. So remember, it's not the end of the world if something bad happens. Even if you lose all your money, all your belongings, everything, it's going to suck like hell. But it's not the end of the world. You can come back. I've come back from worse. I've even been in interrogation training for the military, and that shit sucks. I'm glad I had it, but I would never do it again. But if I had to, I know what I would have to do, right? And that's kind of the same point is, you don't want to go back to where you were, but if you did, you know how to survive it and get out. And that's what this experience and wisdom's worth, is the self-confidence to handle any situation. And I think that's the most important trait to be an entrepreneur, to be anything really, good at anything. So that's my wholesale update number 6. I hope you enjoyed it, found some value out of the video. I'm going to be trying to produce more and more videos for you guys. So if you have any comments or any ideas of what you want to see me produce, I've been producing what people have been asking me in the comments section. So I'm going to continue to do that. And I really, really appreciate the suggestions. As always, please subscribe down below, click the notification bell, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you all in the next one.